Hello everyone, my name is itamarnmdvd. I'm a tour guide here in Israel, and today, just before Christmas, I want to take you to Nazareth. So with the help of Simplex that kindly allowed me and my friends, my colleagues here in Israel, the tour guides, to use their models in order to guide you through Israel, I'm going to show you a little bit of Nazareth. So let's start with just a general look at the main part of the city. You can see Nazareth just over here. Right in the center, you can see the Church of Annunciation. We're gonna get to that in a moment. And you can see that there is a mountain range just above the historical part of Nazareth, which is again in the lower part of that hill. So let's get a little closer to this basilica, the Church of Annunciation. It was built during the 60s. The modern church was built during the 60s on top of much more ancient church. The first one was built in the Byzantine era, 1600 years ago, and there was another Crusaders church almost 900 years ago, and all kinds of other remains. But the importance of this church is that this is the place where Mary was told that she will conceive and bear a son. That's, of course, Jesus. So that's the Annunciation. Angel Gabriel came to Mary and told her about this event. So right behind me, if you look carefully, you'll be able to see the grotto. Here is the grotto. So Mary's house and the place where she was told she will conceive and bear a son happened over here. So let's go back to the church, and I'll just say that this is really a magnificent building. The architect was the Italian architect Giovanni Muzio, and the construction was held by an Israeli company, and during the 60s, as I said. And take a look at this beautiful, beautiful building, and you can see the amazing dome that from inside actually looks like a lily flower, symbolizing the purity and virginity of Mary. Next to this church, there is a court right over here. They found some archaeology underneath this plaza, archaeology of the historical village of Nazareth. And from above, you can actually see two important crosses and symbols. Okay, you can see the Franciscan cross over here, and this one over here. If we look carefully, we'll see two hands. One has a sleeve and the other one doesn't have a sleeve, but both of them have the sign of the stigmata, the symbol of the nail. So the first hand here on the right side, that's the hand of Jesus that was nailed to the cross, and the other one is the hand of Francis of Assisi, the one with the sleeve, that in his lifetime he became a saint for relating to the story of Jesus so much to the point that he got the stigmata signs as well. Next to this church, the Church of Annunciation, we have another church called St. Joseph Church. You can see it right over here, and it's dedicated to the father of Jesus. So the first verse in the New Testament actually says that this is the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. It doesn't even mention Joseph, like in the first verse, and because it's very important for the Christians to point out that Jesus is connected to David as the eternal king of Israel, David as a Messiah, and therefore in order to point out that Jesus is a Messiah, he has to be connected to the dynasty, to the house of David. So Joseph is a descendant, according to the Gospel by Matthew, is a descendant of King David, and Jesus, from his adopting father's side, he is from the house of David. So what do we have in this church? Again, the church is not very old; it's about 120 years old. But underneath it, there's an ancient tradition that was the carpentry and workshop of Joseph, of again Saint Joseph. Let's move on to another part of Nazareth, just a few minutes walk from it. We have Mary's well. So where is that exactly? Here, you can see it right over here. This structure over here, that's Mary's well according to the tradition. And there is a 2nd century tradition that Angel Gabriel actually, the first time he approached Mary actually took place over here. So this is Mary's well, a very known landmark of Nazareth. It's actually the symbol of the municipality of Nazareth. So that's another thing over here. Just next to it, we have another important plaza and church, St. Gabriel's Church, or the Greek Orthodox Church of Annunciation. So every Christmas time during the winter, there will be it will be very, very festive over here too. There will be a main Christmas tree over here. So I advise you, if you are in Israel, you should take a look. So over here again, St. Gabriel's Church and the story according to the Greek Orthodox tradition. Let's move on to the upper part of Nazareth. Okay, you'll see how it relates to the central part in a moment. What you see here is the Salesian Church, the Salesian Church of Don Bosco. It's an Italian order that deals with orphans and education, and they have a pretty massive complex at the very top of that hill. So there's the school over here, the orphanage in the past, and the school over here on the left side, and the main church of the Salesian Church right over here. It's also known as Jesus Adolescence Church. Okay, he grew up in Nazareth, as we know, not necessarily here in the church, of course, but he grew up in Nazareth, so this is dedicated to his life. Let's take another look of Nazareth now from the top. Okay, as it's loading. Again, this is the Salesian complex over here. Okay, and you can see the Church of Annunciation right over here. So I advise you, if you're coming to Nazareth, it is very, very nice actually to start the tour from a nice overview from this complex over here, the Salesian complex, and then walk down the alleyways of Nazareth, okay, to the market, like just over here where I'm showing you all these houses, down to the main market and to the Church of Annunciation. It's fascinating, really, really pretty. So that's it. With that, I want to thank Simplex again for allowing us to use their models, and I advise all of you to check out Nazareth. There are many virtual tours taking place in Nazareth and about it. So I wish all of you, the Christian viewers, Merry Christmas and all the best to all of you.